Because there have been so many opportunities that people have just seized, and then later on they realize that that opportunity wasn't from God. But at that point, it is already too late, because they've dove in so deep, and getting out of that opportunity presents a major problem. Seek God when new opportunities are presented to you. Don't reject it. Don't accept it. You go back to God, and God will give you clarity. Number 3, conviction or unrest. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou should go. I will guide thee with mine eyes. Conviction. If you feel convicted or unsettled about your current plans, it may be God's prompting to you. If you feel like I don't have rest about this thing, I really wanted to go this route, I wanted to do this, but my spirit, I just don't know what that is. All of us have had moments when you say to yourself, I can't put my finger on it, but I know something is not right. I don't know exactly what it is. Anytime that you feel in your spirit that something is out of alignment, something is not right, you don't know exactly what that thing is, you need to go back to God and say, okay, Lord, something is off here. I don't know what it is, but something is off. And you need to pray until God gives you clarity or peace on what to do. What I would do anytime that I get unrest or conviction about something, if I'm not sure if I should go forward with it or to retract from it, I pray in tongues for a while. Because when I pray in tongues, I'm speaking mysteries to God. When I pray in tongues, I'm speaking and communicating with the angels. I'm releasing things that God is releasing, angelic assistance. So I pray for a while until I get a rest in my spirit which way to go. Because not everything is always going to be clear to you. There are times when you have a conviction to do something, and God has said, go. And there are times when you have conviction, don't do it. But then there are always those times when you are in the middle. It's 50-50. It can go either way. When you find yourself in a situation that you're feeling convicted about something, and you're not sure if you need to move forward or need to step back, that is when you go back in your prayer closet and you shut everything off and say, God, this is what I'm dealing with. I don't know if I should go forward or if I should go backwards. What are you saying? And don't rush. When you speak to God, give God time to respond to you. Oftentimes when we get convicted, we talk to God, we pray, and then we just walk out. No, spend time. Even if it's 5 minutes praying. Always spend 3 times more listening to God than when you speak. So if you spend 5 minutes praying, wait on God for at least 15 minutes. He can speak to you immediately, or it can take another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but do not leave until you get a clear rest in your spirit. Because there are times when God is convicting you about a danger, unforeseen danger that you don't see. If you ignore that and you move forward with that plan, whatever was supposed to happen to you might just happen if God don't have mercy on you. So don't ignore the unrest or the convictions that God put in your spirit, because they're there for a reason. I've heard so many people in so many situations, I've been involved in that. I felt not to go and I still went and things happened, or I felt to back up and I then back up and something happened. And I'm sure at some point or another you felt the same thing, where you felt that conviction, but you're like, nah, it's okay. You just brush it off. Never brush up the convictions in your spirit, because that is God's way of communicating with you. Pay attention to that thing. Pay attention. Don't ignore it. Let me say it again. Anytime you feel conviction about something, anytime that you have an unrest, uncertainty, it's not really clear, you don't really know, but you know you're not sure, don't ignore that. Go back to God in prayer. Number 4, when your circumstances change. Proverbs 19 says this: there are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of the Lord that prevail. So what this means is your circumstances change. All of a sudden, things just change. When life happens, unexpected circumstances, maybe God's way of redirecting your plans. Maybe you plan to buy a house, for example, and you've saved, you've worked hard to buy that house, and just before you begin to close, things change and you're not able to get that house. That can be God's way of changing the plans for you, changing the way that you go about getting the house. Maybe you probably set to go on a trip, and then before you get on that trip, something happened, and you say, well, let me just go back to God. I've had situations where I planned to do something, and then something came up.